In this video, I'm going to share the most valuable email marketing metric you've never heard of, why it's useful for improving customer retention, and how to track and improve it. What's going on? My name is Kyle Stout, founder of Elevate and Scale. Our clients typically see between 30 to 50% of their total revenue attributed to email. So if you'd like email marketing to be a reliable and insanely profitable sales channel for your business, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Now let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, what is this metric that you've never heard of? Well, maybe you have, but I haven't seen anyone really talking about this on YouTube or anywhere else where I see people talking about email marketing. And this metric is called, you could either call it click reach or unique click reach. And what we're looking at here is the word unique is really important here. So a lot of times we're looking at click rates, which is the percentage of people who open any particular email or all of your emails sent over a period of time. And then a lot of times we'll also look at total clicks. So the total amount of clicks that your emails receive, let's say in a 30-day period. But the thing about total clicks is that while it's definitely important to measure, is that let's just say you get 1,000 clicks, 1,000 total clicks. You don't really know if those 1,000 clicks are from the same 20 people who are just clicking a bunch of times, or from, let's say 900 different people, and then some of those people happen to click more than once. Because again, it's just showing the total amount of clicks, so you don't really know if you've got an email list where a lot of people are really engaged because they're clicking, or you've got an email list where a lot of people are falling off, but you've just got a small core group of people who are doing all of the engaging, and you're not really noticing that. And if you're not paying attention to this, what can happen is you have people falling off over time, and you don't realize it until it's too late whenever it starts to really take a hit to your revenue. Because when someone clicks, that's a high value engagement metric. It's a lot easier to get someone to open than it is to get someone to click. And people who buy, they had to click first before they could buy, right? So it's a really important step. You really want to make sure that you're sending emails that get people interested enough to actually click through on whatever it is that you're offering or promoting or talking about or whatever. So this isn't a thing where I'm saying that, okay, only focus on unique clicks and ignore total clicks, or one is better than the other. It's more of, okay, we just need to know both so we can look at the big picture for what's going on. So before we jump into, how to measure it and all that, I want to talk about how this first even got on my radar. Because again, this is not something you ever really hear someone talking about. So I've had several different scenarios over the years of working with businesses where they had a big email list and they got to a point where engagement had completely fallen off and they really weren't able to drive any sales from that list, but they knew they had quality people on there, and they just needed a way to, re-engage those people and, kind of reactivate the people on the list. Because you'll always have this, assuming you haven't like totally just pissed people off and burned them. You're always going to have some core group of people who are the most engaged. They open everything you send. They are more likely to click. They're more likely to reply unsolicited, all of that. But there's a lot of other people who would be great buyers who have either lost interest, or maybe they're not receiving your emails anymore. There's different things you can look at. And so I remember one time I was working with a business and we were selling really high-end offering real estate. So this is stuff that's like not something that you could go finance and go to the bank and get a loan. These are properties that you'd have to buy in cash. They were overseas. They're definitely not a need. They were a nice to have. And the company who I was working with, they had acquired this business from a previous real estate developer who had a huge list of really high net worth people who had bought real estate like this in the past. So there were quality buyers on the list, but they just weren't responding in any way. And what we did for that really was just changing up the content and completely changing the messaging of those emails. So we took the conversation from things like square footage and features of the homes, to telling stories about really trying to talk about legacy. So talking about like how much fun they're going to have with their family and the memories they're going to create and how they're going to be able to pass this home on to their kids and then on to their grandkids and all of that. And in doing so, all of a sudden, when we changed the conversation, all of a sudden we started getting way more clicks. We started getting people signing up to do the sales tours. And it went from like literally over the matter of a few months, we went from zero traction, zero sales, only the occasional tour booked, but no sales, to the tour calendar completely booked out and selling millions of dollars of homes. So all through email marketing, not through, any other programs. So that's what got me thinking, okay, so the people are there. You already have people on your list, very likely, who would be great customers, but you're just not reaching them. So it could be, from the content perspective, it could be the strategy of how you're sending emails. But first, you just need to learn how to even track that, to even monitor that. Are you reaching more unique people? Are you getting, are you just relying on a small group of people who are doing all the engaging and you don't really know it, where you're at risk of, if they stop buying from you, you actually take a big hit in revenue? Or are you actually actively engaging and reaching new people on your list, and then continuing to get more repeat sales out of more unique people? That's going to be beyond just having, great click rates are nice, but that's what you really care about, is growing the business, getting more repeat sales, driving up that lifetime value over time. Okay, so I want to hop in Klaviyo and show you how to measure this. It's really easy. So there's a whole formula you can use to break this down, and it can be very complicated, and you'd have to do a bunch of manual spreadsheets and all this stuff, but I'm going to show you the easy way. So, okay, there's a couple of ways, actually. A couple of ways we watch this. So first one is, if you go into your dashboard, go over to Analytics, in the drop down there is a report dashboard built out called Business Health Check. Sometimes it's built out by default, sometimes you have to kind of build it out. Then if you scroll down, and you can add and customize it, but if you scroll down here, so you see we have totals. That's usually the things people are measuring are totals. But if we go down here, we have unique opens and unique clicks. So for this brand, you can see that there's several holidays where their particular products are most popular around the few holidays that go from February through April to May. So you can see that unique clicks were significantly higher during that time frame than the other times. Of course, right now we're only halfway through August, so we'll see where we end up. But here you can see the unique opens. So again, this is showing the amount of unique people who are reached, and then the unique clicks. But here's what I find to be a better way to track it, because this is really kind of a total. This is looking at, total unique clicks. So there's still some variable there of how many emails are you sending these people and all of that. And really what we want to look at is we want to look at how many unique people as a percentage of your whole list that you are engaging with. So what I like to do is I create segments where it says, clicked any email in June 2022. And then you've got one, clicked any email in July 2022. So if you look at the setup here, it's edit the definition. The definition is just anyone who clicked, because the segment's not going to have repeat people in the segment. So that's why it's an easy way. So it's an easy filter. Otherwise, you have to do all this math, adding it up with your total list. So you create this segment where it's just, the rule is clicked any email within, and then you choose the dates, and you would choose that particular month. And then you can watch that from month to month. So if one month it was 9,000 people, and the next month it was 12,000 people, you can see how many more unique people you engaged. But then what you really want to look at is that the percentage of people. So let's say you've got 50,000 people on your list, 9,000 divided by 50,000, and you get 0.18. So that's 18% of people on your list that you've engaged. And now let's say we bumped it up to 12,000 the next month. So you got 12,000 divided by 50,000, and now it's 24%. So you've taken that click reach, or the percentage of people that you're actually, of your entire list that you're actually getting to click through every month, you've taken it from 18% to 24%. So, okay, now you know how, you know what click reach is, how to measure it. It's very simple, just by creating those segments. But here's the most important part is how to actually increase clicks. So clicks are a high value engagement metric, so you definitely want to be getting clicks. Typically what we see with businesses is that the one way to measure what's going on with email effectiveness, open rates are easy. It's easy to get high open rates, especially right now after the iOS update. Everyone's open rates are 40-50% without even trying. So the numbers are inflated because of iOS. But it was always easy to get opens. It's clicks are what really matter, because once people stop clicking, they stop buying. And when people start clicking more, they start buying more, right? So, and that's what we're really after. We're not after vanity metrics, we're after growing the business. So there's a few things I like to do to get more clicks. So one would be, if you don't already have your core flows built out for your business, then I have a video on this. It's called Sales Process Optimization. So check the channel. I just uploaded it yesterday. You want to build out and optimize all of your core flows. And by optimizing all your core flows, what I mean is running A/B tests on every email in every flow at all times, and setting those tests with the winning metric being click rate. So you want to be driving more clicks through your flows. And the reason why that's a great place to start is because most of those flows are going to have people in it or in them that are actively engaged in your sales process. So those are the people that are most likely to buy today. So that's where you're going to get the most low-hanging fruit ROI for your effort. The next thing, and this is something I've talked about again in another video, I have a whole video on segmentation, so you can check that out on the channel, and then we'll link it here somewhere, either in the video or below. And that is to rotate the segments that you use for campaigns. Don't send every email to everyone on your list. Create a variety of segments on, within your email list, and then rotate which ones are getting which emails. So when you send out campaigns, you might send to an engaged segment one day. You might send to a product interest segment another day. You might send to a customer-based segment another day. And all of the messaging, all of the design, everything is catered specifically to that group that you're emailing. So again, the email is more engaging for them, so they're more likely to open, click, reply, buy, all of that. And then finally, kind of similar to rotating the segments, is you need to have a variety of offers and content in your emails. You don't want every email to always just be a 10% off coupon or whatever. You want to take different angles for how you're promoting a product, but you also want to give people content that's not salesy every time. So give them a blog post, give them a PDF download, give them a video. It could be anything like that. It could even be like a survey asking for replies. So you want to change it up. You want to continue to keep it interesting. And what I like to say is have a reason to show up in their inbox. So that way people actually enjoy getting your emails, and you're not trying to trick them into clicking, but you actually give them stuff that they want to click on. So that's it for this email. Again, unique click reach. The easiest way to track that is to create a segment every month in Klaviyo that the rule is just, anyone who has clicked on any email in that month, and you set the date range for that month, and then you watch that from month to month. You take that number and divide it by the total amount of people on your list, and that's how you can get the click reach percentage, as far as seeing the percentage of people on your list that you're actually getting to engage every month. And you want to try to improve that from month to month, and really pay attention to that, because once you start to see that number slide, especially if you start to see it trending down across several months, then you know you're about to be in some trouble. But you can get ahead of it before it gets out of hand. The problem is that people typically don't start making the smart changes until they see what happens after that, where they start seeing a major decrease in the sales that they get from their emails. So if you can get back on top of those clicks and get that under control, then you can stop it before it ever becomes a problem. So hope that helps. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one, and leave a comment below and let me know what questions you have about email marketing, what videos you'd like to see, and I'd be happy to record them for you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.